Hello Lacrosse fans, welcome to this presentation of Arizona Girls Lacrosse brought to you by South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross and we're here in Chandler, Arizona at Chuparosa Park. It's a battle for second place here in the AGLA between the Chandler Huskies and the Xavier Gators. Draws about to get underway here in just a couple of minutes. Going to be starting promptly here at 7 p.m. local time. Huskies coming into this 3-1 wins over Sal Point Notre Dame and played this Xavier team just 16 days ago. Chandler getting the victory there 12-6. Xavier meanwhile comes in 4-1 with wins over Corona, Sal Point, Pinnacle, and Higley. Just one loss for each of these teams. Xavier losing to Chandler in that matchup a couple weeks ago, and Chandler falling to Desert Vista earlier a couple weeks back, 14-2, and that was Chandler's first loss in over 2 seasons. Should be a good one here tonight. A couple players missing on each side from the Huskies. Caitlin Dilworth and her sister Courtney are out, as well as number 31, Victoria Chen, the star defender for the Huskies. As far as players to watch on the Huskies side, the sophomore number 24, Nora Whittington, leading in the attack category with 13 goals and 9 assists on the season. Also look at number 2, the freshman Cariana Jellum, coming in 8 goals on the season for her, as well as number 3, Lily Durgy, leading the attack. Over on defense, number 12, Mia Doyle, leading the Chandler Huskies with 11 ground balls and 5 forced turnovers, as well as Kinsey Amari, number 17, 8 caused turnovers for her, and 31, Victoria Chan, with 5 caused turnovers. On the draw for Chandler is primarily number 12, Mia Doyle, recently committed to Anderson University, taking 60 draws this season, winning 34 of those to her team for 57%. Head official David Woodson there making sure that we are good to go, and of course we're already live, so no problem there. Crowd getting fired up here. Got a good turnout here for both teams. Xavier fans in attendance as well. 12 minutes on the clock, so we've got 4 12-minute quarters with stop clock here. That first draw looked to be a little low, but officials let it go. Battle for that ground ball gets picked up on the draw control by Megan Zhu, number 7 for Chandler, and they take the first draw win here tonight. Out to Copa Samsel, and into the midfield is Nora Whittington. Had a good look upfield, and somehow Zhu teleported across the field. She's over there for that reception. And Huskies here settled out in a quick early shot by Mia Doyle, and in the cage, Lexi Hoskin gets the stop there. Hoskin, 18th save on the season for her. A foul in the transition. Keegan Packer transitioning across there on the far side for the Gators. We'll go through their roster here in just a moment, but Gators able to make a stop on this first Huskies possession, and now they get settled out for their offensive stand. Amelia Bush working at the top of the fan. Gators working it around. Looking for a feed inside. They've got a nice look and a save there. Kiaz O'Sullivan makes a stop. That's Addison Karsnitz, the senior attacker, taking the shot there for the Gators. And Xavier keeping possession after that shot. Now Karnitz in a battle here for this 50-50. Comes up with it and keeps it with blue. And a skip pass from Bush. And cutting inside on the crease roll in the second attempt, stopped by Kiaz O'Sullivan. Might have been off the left post, but a chase here for the ball to the far sideline. Stays in play, and that gets picked up by Zoo for the Huskies. Now Megan Zoo coming down the far sideline. And off the whistle, that's going to set up a free position shot here for Nora Whittington from the center hash. Hoskins in the cage to defend. Whittington drives in, takes a high to low, and she gets the first goal of the night. 1-0 Huskies. That'll be Whittington's 14th goal on the season. With 9:10 on the clock here in the first. Got a three-man officiating crew out here tonight. Head official David Woodson here on the draw, along with Lorraine Peasy and Tim Guerrero. Another low draw, but again, they keep this in play. As Claire McCloskey, number 8, with the draw win for the Gators as they look to respond. Got Maddie Hansen and Copa Samsel on low defense for Chandler, and they've been very effective this season down in that position. You see a good matchup here with Copa Samsel and McKenna Packer as Samsel forces the pass away. Coco DeJernis passes, and this one goes out of play on the far sideline. Going to turn over. So Noni Korantang, number 5, gets things going for the Huskies. With a quick feed into Maddie Hansen and back to Kiaz O'Sullivan to clear this out. Now Korantang working down the far side. She's got a pair of defenders on the ride from Xavier. But a whistle here on the far side. And I think there was a yellow card that was issued, but not seeing a player step out of the game, so maybe not a card. Unclear on that one. As Jellum looks for the crease roll, she gets picked up and dumps that one back off to Durgee. And they were looking for that quick stick feed inside, and Jellum hits the deck, looks to have a bit of pain there in that right knee. Hopefully she's okay. She's going to shake that one off. But another successful defensive stop and a push there in the back by Jellum gets whistled. And they play on. Gators now getting across into the CSA, coming in, switching left, taking a shot. I believe that was McKenna Packer, and ball gets recovered. No, actually McKenna Packer on the recovery. Now Packer sets up from down low, looking for a feed. Back to Bush. Bush takes a low shot off the right post. Now Karsnitz gets the rebound. A couple good looks early in this one for Xavier, yet to find the back of the net, but they continue to fire away here, and sooner or later, one of them is going to land. And McKenna Packer gets a step on Samsel, but Samsel gets a check, gets whistled for an illegal use of stick. And this will set McKenna Packer up on that first inside hash for an 8-meter shot. Packer comes in, looks to shoot high, goes over the crossbar and out the back side, gets backed up by Sammy Schubert for the Gators. She keeps possession with blue. As the sun sets here in Chandler, it's been a warm day. It was over 90 degrees just before the game, but with the sun setting, cooling down now into the 80s. Nice night for lacrosse. Amelia Bush driving on the inside, draws the whistle. Didn't see the call, likely either a shooting space or a 3-second call, and that's going to give Bush a free position here off the 8-meter. No, not Bush. It's going to be Sammy Schubert, number 10. The senior attacker. Schubert fires, and that one goes wide to the right. The Gators continuing to do a good job backing up these shots. A loose ball that's going to get recovered by Addison Karsnitz. These Gators still trying to figure out this Huskies defense, which has been perfect so far this quarter. Just a low scoring start to this one. 1-0 Huskies on top. Little push there from Samsel. As Hansen comes to press out on Schubert, and a good pass inside. And there's a whistle inside the 8. Whistle against Whittington puts McKenna Packer back on the center hash. Another opportunity here. Fired one over the top just a moment ago. A chance to remedy that. She comes in, takes another shot. And sorry, it's number 8 there. That was Claire McCloskey on the shot. And a successful defense there for the Huskies as the possession turns over. Defending several shots there from the Gators, and here's Maddie Hansen on the restart. Now Kias O'Sullivan has 10 seconds. You see the ref out there doing the countdown. O'Sullivan out of the goal circle, looking for someone to pass to, but a good check there on the goalie, and intercepted, taken right back by Kias O'Sullivan. Intercepted again, and Gators still looking for somehow to find the back of the net here, but What a flurry back and forth there. I think we're going to get a card on this one. That'll be a yellow on Nora Whittington. So she'll head out for 2 minutes. Be out for the rest of, pretty much the rest of this quarter. 2:02 on the clock. As Addison Karsnitz going to restart play for the Gators. Karsnitz passes out to the near side. Xavier playing very disciplined so far. Showing a lot of patience, looking for the opportunities, keep firing, and they just have not been able to get it past Kiza Sullivan. Kiza Sullivan with about 50% save percentage coming into this one. Had taken 50 shots on goal prior to this game, stopped 24 of them, and she's already got 3 or 4 saves here in the first quarter. And turnover at midfield. Clock continuing to run. Now the Gators with about a minute trying to go in to this first intermission with something on the board. But it's been a close one here in Chandler. Bush with a nice look on the front door and another stop, but it bounces into the cage, and there's a goal for the Gators. The assist from Bush. And on the finish was number 8, Claire McCloskey, the senior midfielder, getting her 9th goal on the season. McCloskey leading goals here for Xavier coming into this, tied with McKenna Packer, number 18, but a lot of shooters for Xavier. Number 2, Mia Callahan, and number 4, Amelia Bush, right behind them with 7 apiece. Now 55 seconds on the clock, and we are knotted up. The sun completely set here now, lights on the field. Gorgeous night here in Chandler at Chuparosa Park. This draws up. Whistle, signal to white ball. I believe there's early movement by the Gators called by the official on this one. So Lily Durkee now going to pass it back to X. Kariana Jellum has a 2-man game going with Durkee, looking for a feed inside. Errant pass to Megan Zhu, trying to keep that from going past that restraining line. And I believe that was a cover that was called against Chandler, but another ground ball battle here over on the Chandler side. Still no possession. Ball goes out of bounds, and last touched, they're saying, by Blue, so it's going to be Chandler ball as the clock hits 0, and it's been an eventful first quarter here in Chandler, tied 1-1. Big story has been a lot of possession time, a lot of shots on goal for Xavier, but only getting 1 into the back of the net so far. It's been a defensive battle. We'll take a 3-minute intermission, it looks like here. We'll take an opportunity to look here deeper at this Gators roster. As mentioned, on the attack side, coming into this, 44 goals on the season for the Gators, led by Claire McCloskey and McKenna Packer. That's number 8 and number 18, as well as number 2, Mia Callahan, and number 4, Amelia Bush, leading on goals and assists. For ground balls and caused turnovers, it's all Keegan Packer. The Ohio Wesleyan University commit just recently announced that this week. Congratulations to Keegan. But she leads this team with 11 ground balls and 8 caused turnovers Over on the draw, it's primarily number 4, Amelia Bush. She's taken 64 draws coming into this game, and she's won that to her team just under 50% of the time. Keegan Packer sometimes on the draw as well, and the exact same statistic, 46% of the time draw wins going to her team. In the cage, you got primarily number 21, Lexi Hoskin. Again, 44 shots on goal, 17 saves coming into this one. And one of the big things, you look at the roster here for Xavier, and primarily seniors. So a very senior-heavy team coming in for the Gators. Ten seniors I'm counting on the roster here, so quite a few seniors coming in. Gators led by head coach Diana Oduho and assisted by Reggie Younger over on the Huskies side. Head coach Ellie King and assistant coach Kylie Backus, and Coach Ellie and Coach D both give back a lot here to Arizona girls lacrosse, both coaching both high school teams as well as club teams in the off season. Coach Ellie coaching over for Desert Heat, and Coach D coaching for Alliance. And a lot of these Arizona players mixing it up and playing for one coach during high school, and they play for a different coach in the off season, and really helps with that player development. And definitely a small lacrosse community here in Arizona, and we certainly appreciate all the work these coaches putting in to growing this sport. We've got a whistle here as we start the second quarter. So now Doyle on defense. Schubert passes around to the backside, and the ball is down. Looks to be picked up by Nora Whittington. She comes out of the scrum with it, but that gets checked out. Picked back up, coming right here in front of the cameras, Whittington. And heard a warning there from the officials about keeping the mouth guards in the mouth. So often a lot of warnings like that coming from the officials during the game. You don't usually pick them up unless they're right in front of the camera here. And a whistle inside. Shooting space called, and that's going to give Whittington an 8-meter shot. Minute and a half already gone here in this second quarter. And this is going to be a defensive battle, I think, to the end. Hoskin in the cage to defend. Whittington comes in, takes a high to high, and she's got the back of the net for number 2 on the night. Talking with head coach Ellie King ahead of this game, was really focused on keeping possession of the ball, and she said the team attitude has really adjusted here since that loss to DV, again, first loss in a couple of years for this Huskies team, and she felt it was really good for the team in terms of humbling them, and they're back to the basics. And of course they've had a couple of wins since then, and still very much in contention for the state championship this year are the Huskies, as they look to lock in second here tonight. But it's going to be a good battle. Xavier's definitely been a team on the rise as well the last couple of seasons under Coach D, and with Coach Reggie Younger joining as well. So they're going to send Coco DeJernis behind, off the whistle, and Huskies back to work here. nice feed from Doyle. Oh, and a great low shot there by Lexi Hoskin. Low stop, I meant to say. I think we might have an illegal cradle call. Or it was a check in the sphere. As Hoskin comes out and directs her defense. Hanging hash here. Looks like it's, I think that might be Megan Zhu out there. No, it's 17, so it's Kinsey Amari on the free position shot. And Amari will get moved to the first inside hash, so she's got a little better angle. This time Amari comes in, takes a low shot, and another stop by Hoskin. But off the rebound, possession stays with the Huskies. As Durkee comes in, she's weaving through traffic. Comes around, dumps it off to Jellum, who gets shut down on the crease roll. And back to Amari. And a trail check there by Bush. Gets called for in the sphere again. But overall, solid defense here from the Gators. Now Durkee and Jellum working together. They've been working well down low on attack all season. And a pass here inside, ball down in traffic, and Hoskin had the ball, and I think there was might be a goal circle violation. Let's see. Hoskin has it, steps back, and takes a nice, safe pass towards the near sideline. Coming up, trying to tiptoe the sideline, gets pushed out of play. This is Keegan Packer on the transition, and she's able to get successfully over to the attacking third for the Gators. And a good look on the front door, and a beautiful play there by the Gators as they tie it back up. So the assist coming from 10, Sammy Schubert, that goal scored by number 5, Coco DeJernis, the freshman midfielder, just her 4th goal on the year. And this is shaping up to be a great game so far, back and forth. And another opportunity here for Xavier, as Schubert is able to ultimately get that draw win. Now Xavier looking to take the lead, and a nice stop by Kiaz O'Sullivan. And a big 50-50 here. Doyle, I think she thought she had it, but Coco comes with it. What a save. Just an amazing play there by Kiaz O'Sullivan. Now Whittington facing a tough ride. We got a check here at midfield. Officials are going to pull that back. That's a warding call. So that's going to turn over. Stop the clock. And restart play. And that could be a big play for the Gators, as the Huskies race to get settled here on defense. It continues to just be a defensive battle, as goals have been hard to come by in this one. And Bush drives in, takes a shot, gets deflected, goes right of the net. Sammy Schubert on the restart. And Bush takes a dodge, bounce shot over the top of the net. And they're going to restart the play here. Mia Callahan, the junior, dumps this one off. Schubert driving in. Passes around, solid defense still from the Huskies. And Bush fires one from outside. You can hear coaches on the sideline for Xavier saying keep shooting. But officials going to stop and restart play. But clock continuing to run here. They've not stopped the clock. Official just signaled for the clock to stop at 3:14. Probably lost about 20 seconds or so there. Officials taking time to restart. So after all of that, the ball turns over to the Huskies. Play restarts. Here's Copa Samsel. Gets it out to the far sideline. Now over to Durkee. On the fast break are the Huskies, but nobody in the middle to pass to. Gators get in position, and this pass is down in traffic. And a whistle there, but a good ground ball to Lucia Sugic. Number 22, she's going to restart here.
Help her out. Go back and help her.
So we actually had a yellow card there a minute ago against number 2 for Xavier that I missed. I think that's why the ball turned over. So that's Mia Callahan serving that penalty for the Gators, and Whittington faces some trouble as she transitions over. And now Huskies in a player up opportunity as they continue to look for opportunities here in the middle. And a nice knockdown by the Gators, recovered by Whittington. So under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. It's been quite the battle as Whittington takes a beautiful left-handed shot, stings the left top corner of the cage. And she gets a hat trick. All 3 goals on the night belong to Nora Whittington for Chandler.
need a win. Here we go. Need a win.
So some communication here from the refs, it looks like, prior to starting this one. And we're at the draw. Amelia Bush, Mia Doyle. Draws up and a critical draw win. Nora Whittington, been crucial so far in this one. And Kariana Jellum had a nice grab there. Struggles a bit, but she's got control of it now and goes over to Durkee behind goal line extended. And that pop pass is down, and you see Xavier looking to take advantage of these little errors where they can and continuing to keep pressure as Jellum has to adjust the goggles after that check. And still player up. You can hear the Chandler Huskies saying man up, and looking to get another one, taking advantage here as these yellow cards are not releasable at the high school level. But now even looks like that card's been released. And actually, it looks like Megan Zhu was serving a yellow card, so apologies for missing that one as well. But second yellow, oh, good look on the front door by Mia Doyle. But second yellow on the night for Chandler. That one going against Megan Zhu. So 5 seconds here. Looks like this clock's going to run out. And it's been an eventful game so far. So at the end of 2 quarters, it is 3-2. Huskies on top. Been back and forth. 2 yellow cards now on the Huskies, 1 on the Gators. We'll have a 7-minute halftime here. Thanks for watching Arizona Girls Lacrosse here on South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross. We'll take a little break here and we'll come back for the second half. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back here to Chandler, Arizona, Chuparosa Park. "12 minutes on the clock, and it's been a close one here. Chandler up 3-2. See what adjustments are made from both coaches here at halftime. Whittington taking the draw against Keegan Packer this time. Both teams changing up the draw takers, but a good pickup by Whittington. Looking to pass over to Doyle. Ball down, gets picked up by Packer. So Packer comes around on the crease roll. Mia Doyle slides across the top to pick her up. Now McCloskey gets pressed out. But so far, solid ball control by the Gators as they wait for an opportunity here, try to keep this game knotted up. This game could easily come down to one goal in the end. And right now, both teams just trying not to make a mistake. Here's Bush trying to dodge around. Samsel takes a low shot, and that's saved by Kiza Sullivan. Both goalies been very solid tonight on this one. And a high pass to Durkee is going to go out of play. So Keegan Packer on the restart. She splits the defenders. Lily Quinde on the ride for Chandler has to stop at the restraining line as Packer is able to get over and gets it off to Sammy Schubert. Megan Zhu pressing out here against Mia Callahan. Callahan trying to dodge around, tries to force it, loses the ball as she comes in. Illegal use of stick gets called. Against Megan Zhu, it looks like. So they'll bring Callahan into the first inside hash. Kiza Sullivan just been a brick wall tonight. We'll see Callahan can sink this one. Ball gets checked as it gets released, hits the right post, and the rebound coming out of the pile with it is Callahan herself. Gets the rebound, passes back to Bush. Now Schubert gets pressed out by Mia Doyle. And a good look inside. That shot gets checked again. They stop the clock here as this ball sails a little too far out of bounds. Here at Chuparosa, Chandler City Park. No fences or walls on the back there to stop these balls from wandering off. And a nice feedback, little give and go, and a pass inside. McKenna Packer knocks this one up. Packer gets her 9th goal on the season, taking the assist from number 2, Mia Callahan. Both juniors. And they'll be back one more year after this year for the Gators. And Keegan Packer comes up with a nice draw win. Gets it back to Bush, who's able to skate past Nora Whittington. Xavier yet to lead in this contest, and an errant pass out the end line. Going to turn over to the Huskies as Hansen gets this into the goal circle. Kiaz O'Sullivan looking to clear this one out. Has Megan Zhu in her sights, but gets knocked down. Coco DeJernis on the knockdown, but Lily Durkee is able to pick this up and recover for Chandler. Has the ball checked out. Karyana Jellum now able to pick up the GB and calm things down here for Chandler. A good look on the front door, and a shot by Mia Doyle gets stopped in the cage by Lexi Hoskin. Nice pass upfield, a quick transition on the fast break. McCloskey shoots it right in to the stick of Kiaz O'Sullivan, and Bush has to go behind off the cross check there against Nora Whittington at the midfield.
Cut her off, cut her off.
A nice stick work there by Whittington as she goes left, looking for the feed inside, but the ball's down in front of the cage. Battle here for the GB. Gets it back in the goal circle. Here's Hoskin. And looking to transition up, but a missed pass. McKenna Packer chasing this down. But Copa Samsel on the GB gets it back in to the circle for Kiaz O'Sullivan to clear out once more. So Maddie Hansen brings it across. So that's going to be a yellow card going against McKenna Packer. Second yellow.
That's why you're sitting there. There we go. Nice job. Nice job.
So Xavier now going to be looking to try to possess here. They've got Packer on the sideline for 2 minutes, but taking possession. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be content to hold here for a moment and see if Chandler decides to press out. As Copa Samsel comes up. And Sammy Schubert working around. Gets it back to Callahan. A look inside and a shot, and Kiaz O'Sullivan. What a night she's had. So Quinde now working in transition. Illegal check as Lily Quinde, the junior, going to keep transitioning across here as Huskies still in a player up moment, but a missed pass. Keegan Packer swoops in, gets the GB, and she's racing down the far sideline. Gets slowed up by Mia Doyle. Continues to be a warm night out here in Chandler. A lot of bugs out on the field here. You can see them in the lights. Some of the fans not too happy about it, but overall still a nice night here in Chandler. As Addison Karsnitz gets this back to Bush. Gators trying to find that opportunity, and some solid defense there by Durkee as she forces the errant shot. Mia Callahan backs it up, keeping the play with the Gators. And there's a step and a shot. Are they going to allow it? And they are going to allow the goal. I think we're going to have a penalty after the goal. As Xavier takes the lead. See if there's going to be a card here. There is a card. Looks like that's going against Lily Durkee. So that'll give possession to the Gators automatically off the draw. We'll take a look at the replay now. So I see the held flag from the officials. And that'll be the second goal on the night for McKenna Packer. Now the Gators on top for the first time tonight, and they've got possession, a chance to extend it by 2. Keegan Packer gets it back. The shot there by Schubert goes out the back. So bounce shot just a little short. Some lights go out on the next field over. Whistle as we come around. This is Callahan taking a shot. So official signals to stop the clock again as players are continuing to have to chase these balls quite a distance here. Now out into the dark forest. So McKenna Packer going to bring this back. So another yellow. That one going against number 10, Sammy Schubert. And by my count, that is 3 yellows on each team. So that's a significant number. Means if either team gets any additional yellow cards, they'll be playing a permanent player down for the remainder of the game. Just 2 minutes left here in the third. So really just about 14 minutes to play total in this one. And it's looking like this one's going to come down to the wire. Korantang working down the far side, gets turned. Looking for safety, finds Mia Doyle. So I believe we're still even. Both teams currently serving a yellow. So both teams currently playing 1 player down. Lily Durkee will be coming back in first, and a look on the front door and a whistle for a hold. It's going to set up a free position shot here for Chandler. As Mia Doyle gets set to take this one, Hoskin getting herself psyched up in the cage. And again, setting her defense where she wants as Doyle fires one and gets one on the board and knots things up at 4. And up until now, all goals from Chandler had come from the stick of Nora Whittington. Mia Doyle, the Anderson commit, and the junior gets her 7th goal of the season. And the battle here for the draw control gets picked up by Mia Callahan. She's really been a difference maker for Gators in this one. All over the field, continuing to play hard. Junior attacker. Pass back to Callahan, has to keep it in play. She's got 2 defenders, about 10 seconds to work with as Xavier's trying to get a shot off before the buzzer. Bush looking to shoot. Ball gets checked out, but a whistle. And they stop the clock with 1 second. Amelia Bush is going to have to rip this one right off the whistle. Actually, they put a few seconds back on there. 4 seconds now. Kiaz O'Sullivan between the pipes, defending. Bush fires. And off the left post. Ball comes sailing back towards the restraining line, and we are going in to this 4th quarter tied up at 4. What a game it's been. Back and forth we go. 3 on the night for Nora Whittington, 1 for Mia Doyle. Meanwhile, over for the Gators, it's 2 for McKenna Packer, 1 for Claire McCloskey, and 1 for Coco DeJernis to tie things up at 4. You can bet both these coaches are going to be trying to come up with a strategy to get the win here in the 4th, which will likely involve some form of getting a goal and possessing with no shot clock in such a close game. All comes down to draw control, which has been fairly even between these teams tonight. So with that, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter. You're watching Arizona Girls Lacrosse here on South Mountain Lacrosse. This is Chris Ross.
How many D1 colleges are in Hawaii? I mean, it's Hawaii. I don't know where they are. I mean, I would assume they're in St. Louis too. Oh no, they're good. What do they have, like 30 wins?
It doesn't say.
I thought Georgia.
Yeah. Zaga and Kansas State are.
Really?
Yeah. Duke got all of the wins.
That was a great game.
Yeah. He is
All right, welcome back here to the fourth quarter. And we've got a nail-biter, 4-4, tied up. And off the whistle, some form of a missed draw gets awarded to Chandler. These draws are going to be extremely critical. And a little pressure there by Packer. Oh, that's offsetting fouls. This will be interesting. Who's got the AP? Looking at the table, and they're saying it goes white. So big break for Chandler there. Packer came in and pressed off of that ground ball against Lily Durkee. Inside to Jellum. And some smart play by Jellum to pull out of that one. Facing tough defense. Takes a low angle shot. And she's got Durkee on the other side to back it up and looking for the quick stick inside. Another ground ball. Clock stops, and we're going to get another yellow. Who's this going against? Check to the head against Jellum. And I believe that's going to be Chandler's fourth yellow. So that's going to be a big opportunity here for Xavier, as they are now going to be a player up for the remainder of the game. And again, with the rules in the fourth yellow, Jellum will have to serve the 2 minutes, and after that, Chandler will have to keep one player out for the remainder of the game. As Claire McCloskey gets across and looking up on the front door, and another stop. Looked like that one might have been off the feet of Kias O'Sullivan. Been a lot of great looks here, honestly, from this Xavier team tonight, but Chandler defense has been doing a great job making slides, and in the end, Kias O'Sullivan has been near perfect in the cage. As Bush comes around, dodges, goes down inside. No whistle this time. They're letting the play go on. Maddie Hansen gets the GB, but she's pressured out to the end line. Has two defenders on her. Looking for Zoo, and a great play by Hansen to get out of trouble, but the ball's back down as Bush flips the ball up into her player's own face on accident, but a whistle gets called against Whittington for the push. And they stop the clock. Timeout called by Coach Dean. What a smart timeout here, as she decides to bring her team over to the sideline and talk about what to do with this possession. And again, it's always a question during this game time with so many things happening if Xavier's aware that Chandler's at their fourth yellow. And of course, if any player gets two yellows in a game, that player, specific player, has to sit out for the remainder of the game. So the yellows so far in this one, number 2 and 3 for Chandler, as well as number 7 and 24. And over for Xavier, it's number 2, 10, and 18. All of those players have been key players in this matchup on both sides, so to lose any of them would be a huge loss for either side. And you have to imagine one of the things both coaches are saying on the sideline here is to try to play clean. 3-man experienced officiating crew, and they are looking for everything tonight. And sometimes these teams just have to adjust to the officials, but they're calling this game fairly tight. And it could come down to which team is going to play smart and avoid the penalties here as they try to control the ball and easily could come down to just a 1-goal win. So whistle the teams back on the field, and even getting back on the field after the timeout could be critical here, as the officials could even call a delay a game against either team if they're not on the field in time.
Here we go, 9 minutes all out. Here we go.
Yeah, I know. Give me a minute here. I got an iPhone 4. Give me a second.
And here we go. Play is underway. Ground ball opportunity. Any opportunity to get possession here for Chandler is huge. Again, just 6 players over in the field for Chandler against 7 on attack for Xavier. Xavier on the front door, takes a shot. Amelia Bush goes down. Was saved by Kia O'Sullivan, but I think Bush is going to get a second opportunity here. With 9 minutes here in the fourth, Bush and the opportunity to take the lead for the Gators. Bush comes in, takes a low shot. Kia O'Sullivan has the ball checked down, almost goes in the cage. What a break for Chandler and Kia O'Sullivan, if she's able to stop that one from rolling in. And now looks to clear this one out. Tries to hit Doyle in stride. Doyle able to recover. She's on the near side. Gets pushed out. And they turn it over. Sammy Schubert now passing over. Has Callahan on the left wing. Again, Xavier losing to Chandler just 16 days ago, 12-6, and it's been a very different story in tonight's matchup. Nice ball movement here from the Gators, but a good slide inside and crash from the Huskies. As Callahan gets pushed back, and Copa Sampson's been playing a great game down there in the low defensive position. And they force an errant pass and a turnover. As Megan Zhu brings this back in. And the Huskies able to successfully defend this time.
Double her up, double her up.
Now the Huskies looking to transition. And again, will be at a player disadvantage throughout the remainder of this contest. About 7 minutes to play here. Huskies going to have to dig deep and find a way. And a good look from Doyle on the front cage. And whoa, both goalies catching a little break here. As Hoskin, similar story as Kia O'Sullivan just a moment ago, makes the stop. Ball comes back out, almost bounced in the cage, but ended up not bouncing in. Goes out to the wide right side of the cage. Ultimately backed up by the Huskies. They keep possession as Nora Whittington comes in and tests the defense. Decides to get this one out to Amari, who's fighting for the ball here. And a ground ball picked up by Bush. A lot of whistles in this one as Bush comes across on the fast break, looking to close the deal, but not able to connect with McKenna Packer. Copa Sampson, and someone's goggles are off. Looks like Copa lost her goggles here and gets them back on. I'm not sure if the officials noticed that. I didn't see any play stop. Now Callahan. There's Copa Sampson again. Just been a beast on defense, forcing McKenna Packer to rethink and step back. Xavier showing some patience here. Coming inside. And Corentang now presses Packer back out. And a pass and shot inside. Kiaz O'Sullivan has been absolutely amazing in the cage tonight. Makes another stop, clears it out to Doyle. She gets pressed out the far sideline by Bush.
Good hustle, good hustle. Playing so well.
So Doyle feeds this one up to Lily Durkee. Back to Whittington. 4.5 to play as Chandler looks to strike. Xavier defense can double this ball as they force the ball out there. And another ground ball. Zoo picks this one up. Of course, both teams been struggling all game to find the back of the net. This one could go into overtime if neither team can score here in the next 4 minutes. And a shot there, saved. What a save by Lexi Hoskins. She's able to read that. And picked up by the Gators. Another whistle. They're going to bring this one back. Keegan Packer on the restart, being defended by the freshman Kariana Jellum. Clock continues to run. Now Packer switches left to protect her stick. Has to transition across, but Lily Durkee facing some good defense. Durkee has the opportunity, comes in, shot and goal for Lily Durkee. That'll be Durkee's first on the night, 9th on the season for her as the junior attacker comes up with a big turnover and goal here. Now puts the pressure back on the Gators here to win this draw control. They can still easily knot this one up with the one player advantage. And if Chandler gets possession, you have to imagine they are going to try to just hold this ball as long as they can and take away any shot opportunity from the Gators. And they do get the win here. Whistle called on Bush as she presses. And we got a collision here down on the far sideline. Sends McKenna Packer to the ground. She looks to be injured, getting up a little slow there. She gets the wind knocked out of her. Sister Keegan over there to check in. So now a timeout's called. It looks like possession's going to stay with Chandler, I believe. So I assume this timeout has been taken by Coach Ellie King. and certainly would expect, especially with the player down scenario here, Coach King going to instruct this team to hold this ball with no shot clock, try to burn out this last 3 minutes and play a little game of keep away and walk away with a W. Right now in AGLA, Desert Vista in that number 1 spot, currently, currently undefeated. If the Huskies hold on for the win here, they will go 4-1 and secure that number 2 spot. Gators would go to 4-2. And Chaparral would stay in that 3rd spot. I believe they are also 4-1. Both teams back in after the timeout. And looks like I stand corrected. The ball was turned over. I think this is Lucy Nolan, the junior defender, getting things going for Xavier. So they have an opportunity here to knot things up. So ball turned over after McKenna Packer takes a hard hit and goes down. But Packer back in the game, so good to see. Nothing too serious there. She's playing on. But Xavier need to get one here. And Gators cannot afford a turnover, as Huskies will certainly take advantage to keep possession for the rest of this matchup. Just over 2 minutes to work with. Xavier taking their time, looking for the right opportunity. And if they manage to beat the defense, they still got to beat Kias O'Sullivan, which is no small task. Callahan passes it back to X. Gators looking for a shooting lane. As McCloskey set a little pick there, but no opportunity still. Maddie Hansen, solid defender. Copa Samsel as well. Now Corentang forces the pass. And a look inside and pass tipped. Big ground ball opportunity here. If Chandler come up with this one, that could do it. And the whistle gives this one to Chandler, and they're going to have a minute here to just have to hold on to the ball. Megan Zhu on the restart.
Double the ball.
But she is immediately swarmed, looking for an outlet. And the ball down. Samsel had it. Whistle for the illegal check, and now Copa Samsel going down the far sideline. Ball's out off the whistle again.
Stop the clock. Get some more time on there.
10 seconds, 40 seconds.
So about 30 seconds to work with here. Another whistle. And of course these clocks are continuing to run, so these fouls are paying off for Chandler.
Clock's still running. Clock is running. Are you kidding me?
So 7 seconds left. Fans not happy with the clock running here. And the pass is going to go out of bounds, and that's gonna do it. So at the end of a heated contest, your final is going to be 5-4. Chandler on top. And what an intense game that one was. And both teams coming together here to click sticks at the end. And a great battle, and good chance this won't be the last time these teams meet this year, as they may face each other in the postseason playoffs. And after tonight's matchup, that'll definitely be one to watch. And with that, that's going to do it for us here at South Mountain Lacrosse. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with more Arizona Girls Lacrosse action. So be sure to be subscribed to the channel for all the updates there. Thanks again for tuning in, and that'll do it for tonight. Have a great night. This is Chris Ross, and we'll see you in the next one.